For those of you that have been living under a rock or just haven't paid attention to TennoCon of this year, one of the upcoming updates for Warframe will be the Plains of Eidolon, which will bring many new things, including but not limited to, a craft and name your own weapon system, the ability to travel with Archwing on land, and of course, a big new open world area to explore. Naturally, this is a big step for DE to take for Warframe, as this is a complete deviation from the constrained area missions we're used to from our current star chart, the previous star chart, and the star chart that started it all. The announcement of this big open world area will, hopefully, be getting this year has everyone declaring Anthem and Destiny 2 to be dead in the water, which while it's mostly meant as a joke, does mean that Warframe will be that much more of a competitor to Destiny 2 and Anthem. Assuming that the Plains of Eidolon and the next cinematic quest arrive this year on time, unlike other things we've received in the past, the one question left in my mind is, okay, what's coming next? There isn't much I can think of that can top the addition of a huge open world to run around in and explore. Let me explain. The reason why the Second Dream was seen as an absolutely incredible addition to Warframe was because it was the first time Warframe had received a cinematic quest be added, not to mention it also delivered lore bombs and our flawed focus system. The War Within followed after, albeit after being delayed and remade several times. That isn't to say that the War Within was bad, because it absolutely wasn't. It's just that in terms of what each update brought to the table, the War Within gave us significantly less outside of a new cinematic quest. The two updates after were typical Warframe updates, with one being weird, even by Warframe standards, and the other having a pretty good semi-dead space atmosphere. That brings us to now, where we're waiting for the Plains of Eidolon to arrive as well as the sacrifice with Excalibur Umbra. Now, what exactly comes next after both of these additions arrive? Are we supposed to expect the new open-world aspect of Warframe to be built upon for more content, or even expanded further to include more new areas? Do we wait for our current in-need systems like Focus and Riven mods to be reworked or improved? Is the lore going to reach Lord of the Rings level of depth and complexity for us to dive into and be immersed in? To be quite honest, I have no clue what future edition could possibly overshadow the Plains of Eidolon, if even. However, keep in mind that this is DE we're talking about. If everything is delivered smoothly and up to hype, that's great. More power to them. However, it's always important to remember that anything can be an undercooked mess, no matter the hype or attention it receives. Even now as we sit here thinking about what to expect after the sacrifice and the Plains of Eidolon, I'm still asking, what's after this? What I know for sure is that nobody knows what to expect for next year, or if anything in the future could be bigger than the Plains of Eidolon. The past 6 months of work that DE revealed at TennoCon was certainly stellar, but even with all the promise it shows, there's always the possibility that it won't be up to par for anyone's expectations, not for me, and not for you. Until then, while we sit here and wait, let's just hope that it's not shit. Thank you for watching.